Hi friends, it's Amanda. Welcome back for some alternate inspiration. Joining you today as a guest designer for February, and I'm using the gorgeous, fabulous floral frames creativity kit. And just look at all the gorgeous things that come in this kit. Those stamps are amazing, absolutely gorgeous. I had to get started straight away with them. So using the Altenew crisp inks in the permanent black, I'm going to stamp out quite a few, probably about 5 or 6 sheets of both the floral piece and those larger leafy fronds. So just inking them up now. You can see they're really, really gorgeous. Very, very pretty. So just stamping them up. There we go. Making sure I've got lots of ink. And because it's permanent, of course, it's fabulous for being able to use our watercolours with afterwards because they won't bleed. So a really, really important staple item in your kits, I think, is the permanent black. It's a fabulous one to have on hand. So I've just gone ahead and stamped that one. And as you can see, yeah, I've done quite a few of them because I want to use quite a few of them in my scrapbook page today. So I'm going to come in with the gorgeous Altenew watercolours and paint them up. And I love this little watercolor set. It includes the brush, which is fantastic. Really, really handy and just so easy to use. I'm using the color Frayed Leaf to begin with. You can see that lovely hue there. And I'm just going to come in and paint up all my leafy fronds. And I'll speed that up for you because, of course, it was a little bit time consuming to paint every sheet. But very cathartic and relaxing too. So if you've got a nice afternoon where you want to sit and paint, you can see that. Isn't that lovely? But I wanted a little more dimension, so I'm also going to come in with the Forest Glades colour now. And just add a little bit of depth to some of my leaves as well. So just in, obviously at the base of the leaves where there'd be a bit more shadow and depth and dark, just adding that little bit of extra to them. And then of course while I've got the green out, I'll also do, yeah, the leaf there as well on the floral. So I've gone and done all of them, and now I'm coming in with the colour for my roses, and I'm using the very beautiful purple wine color, and it looks like I have variations here. I don't, it's just the amount of water I use. So I start off very dark in the center because of course that again is where the shadow would be, and then a lot more water and light in the same color for the exterior petals. So really simple painting, really, really pretty, and no tricky technique here. This is easy. So yeah, and everyone can do this. And then for the lily on the side, so we've got the rose and the beautiful purple wine and those little buds. But then for the lily on the side, I'm using the gorgeous sun-kissed colour. You can see that's a really vibrant, warm orange, and it's just really pretty and reminds me of the lilies that we have in our garden. So I just had to use the same colour. So there you go. I've gone and done them all. Now, of course, in this kit, there's also the coordinating dies. So I'm going to die cut them all. There we go. Magic of video. That saved a lot of time. And now I'm just going to come together and create my scrapbook page. So you can see I've got some purple cardstock, and well, it's sort of a purpley pink colour. And look, just using all those pieces to create a beautiful page. So we've got the extra pieces that were the Fenstone gold pieces that were included in the kit, and I'm just really going down and just lightly taping things into place. I will foam mount those florals at the top there on the trim so that they stand out a little bit more. Because it was a fabulous floral frame, I could not help myself but frame my photograph. So you can see I've got that intention of a frame there, but of course I'll trim my photo back so it just sits in perfectly. But that was just me planning and playing around before I started. So just using a bit of foam tape again, and I'll layer it all around my photo first so I can position it properly, and then I'll trim my photo. Because it isn't quite an exact circle, I was just worried if I trimmed my photo first, I'd have gaps in my frame. So just making sure everything fits before I snip away. There we go. So it's nice and neat. And very, very pretty. There we are. Just fussing with it. And then I'll add some more foam tape to the back of my photo. So it's really dimensional and it's got some, yeah, a little bit of oomph to it. So it pops off the page and looks very pretty because, of course, it is the focal point. Now I wanted to add the sentiment for my title as well. So I'm using the words, "You amaze me." And I just repeat stamp that a couple times because sometimes when I fussy cut pieces, they're not always the neatest. So I do a few just in case I'm unhappy. But look, this stamp was just so beautiful to stamp with. Look at that, perfect. So putting that on the Fenstone piece, I've snipped off one of the lilies from the floral clusters. And I'm snipping down some of those leaves as well, so a little bit shorter pieces, and just adhering them to the back of the gold Fenstone flourish there. And look, simple, nothing tricky here at all, and yet it's looking so effective. You don't need lots and lots of pieces to make a beautiful scrapbook page, that's for sure. Just really good quality and well thought out pieces, I think, is the key. So yeah, just a little bit more dimension there. So adding some foam tape to the title. Isn't that lovely? Oh, so pretty. And of course, now that we've got those pieces in place, we can come in and add some more of those gorgeous stamp details from the Fabulous Floral Frames stamp set. And I loved these ones. These are really pretty. They're little blossom pieces, but I thought they made really good scatters. And then I'm just repeat stamping the word love around my frame as well, because of course I love my two darlings. Simple and beautiful. A few more of those scattered blossom pieces, and then just from my own stash I'm just adding in a little bit of cotton thread just to highlight those certain areas in the layout, because I felt like it just needed a little more focal point, and it just needed a little hint of something, and I think thread is something you would have in your stash like the cardstock, so hopefully something that you have on hand and it's easy to use. And just holding them in place with a little gemstone. There we go. And to finish off completely, I had to come back in with more of that gorgeous purple wine colour and just adding a few little droplets of it just to highlight and again really put that focus back in the centre of my layout. And there you have it, simple, beautiful creating with a Fabulous Floral Frames creativity kit. I hope you've had lots of fun watching. Don't hesitate to pop your questions or comments in the box below, and have a wonderful, happy arty days. Bye.